My grandfather, a veteran of the United States Army, was born and raised in El Sereno. On January 15, 1967, at the age of 20 years old, David A. Lopez decided to enlist in the United States Army. My grandfather wanted to make a difference in his community by protecting our country, wanting to be able to assist his family and make his parents proud. He joined the military for various reasons and takes pride still to this day being a veteran. Back in those days, many of his buddies followed his lead and also enlisted. He served during the Vietnam era, traveling to Paris, Holland, Amsterdam, and Germany. After serving a total of 18 months, he was honorably discharged from the United States Army as a SP4 in 1968. Coming home to the States, he was now ready to take on family life. In 1973, my grandparents met, and together for 38 years shared the upbringing of a small family. 4 stepchildren, 9 grandchildren, and 10 great-grandchildren in total. My grandfather to some of us was not only just grandpa, but many times a dad. His great-grandchildren love him, especially when he takes them to eat pizza. My daughter especially loves her grandpa because he and she can share hours talking about old and new stories together. He encourages her to do great in school as he does all the other great-grandchildren and get good grades, which is a blessing to have a grandparent to share such experiences with the children. Outside of his family life, he takes great honor and pride in being a veteran, not only when he served our country, but also a resident of El Sereno. He hangs the American flag proudly in front of his home and has participated and supported the local American Legions from time to time. He has attended and participated in many veteran social events at the veteran hospitals and makes his monthly donations to the Department of Disabled Veterans in memory of my late grandma, Aurora Jojola. I've had the privilege to attend the local VA hospitals with my grandfather, where he is well respected from the nurses, the fellow veterans, the counselors, and doctors. My grandfather has participated and attended the VA monthly potlucks, where he will love to share grandma's famous enchilada casserole and homemade tamale pie dishes. He has provided an upbringing that showed me how important it is to give back. He has taught me to respect and honor, a trait we carry strongly in our family. He was taught to care about others, treat others as you would like to be treated, and encourage the community leadership within the family. My grandfather is a friendly man, talks to all that know him, and makes friends too easily that don't. My grandfather's life has not been an easy one, having endured several injuries in the military prior to the discharge, and losing his wife of 38 years 2 years ago. He has remained active the best way he can and would give you the shirt off his back if he needed to. I today am proven fact of that trait. The need for change, need for community advocacy, community volunteering, and the trait of a heart of gold is a legacy in my heart that allows me to be part of this tribute today and share what my grandfather has blessed me and my family through his honor. Grandpa, thank you for your kindness, raising our family safe. Thank you for a contribution to our community, and thank you for your time of service and protection of our country. Thank you for teaching me of an example of what it is to give back. God bless each of you, your families. God bless our community, and God bless our country.
Thank you, Annette. Also, I'd like to thank Mr. Eric Sarney for coming out and taking photos this morning. And Jorge Garcia, again, thank you for taking pictures for the El Sereno Historical Society webpage and your Facebook page. I always look forward to seeing those pictures. And the sound guy, Alfred Lopez, how are you? Thank you for coming out, providing the sound, along with his wife. And also our El Sereno longtime resident photographer, Richard Canales. I wasn't going to forget you this time, Richard. Next up, we have George Cabrera Jr. with his memorial tribute for George Cabrera Sr.
Yeah, my colleague told me to make it short. Okay, I'd like to start out with my father, George Cabrera Sr., was a World War II veteran and hero. He was a longtime resident and passed away April 4, 2012, where he died of complications of Alzheimer's at Alhambra Community Hospital. George was born on October 20th, 1923 in El Paso, Texas, and was the eldest of 12 children of Mr. and Mrs. Martin Cabrera. As honors graduate of Cathedral High School in 1942, he went on to Loyola Marymount University, where he earned his BA degree. My father joined the military from 1942 to 1945, where he was a member of the 8th Army Air Corps and earned the rank of Master Sergeant. My father was in the 100th Bomber Group, where he was a radio operator and aerial gunner. He was involved in 35 hell missions over Germany and was involved in many devastating runs. After the war, he started a printing business in Alhambra, where it stood for over 26 years, called Sunset Printers. My father was a parishioner of All Saints Catholic Church in El Sereno for nearly 50 years. He also served as a chaplain for the American Legion Post number 804 in East Los Angeles and El Sereno. My father bare 9 children, myself, which I'm the eldest of the 9, my sister Mary Louise, my brothers Daniel, David, Joe, Gabriel, my sisters Elsa, Marcella, and Christina. My father was married to my lovely mother, Gloria, for 59 years. George Cabrera Sr. will always be remembered as a brother, husband, father, grandfather, and a cherished member of his family and community. And I'd like to add, before you leave, I have 2 pictures here of my dad in his World War II when he was in a B-17 bomber. So I hope you take the time to look at those pictures. They're right behind me. Oh, and I also like to add, our commander from the American Legion said there's a mural there at the post 139. So if you get a chance, you're going to visit with a new mural over there at Alhambra Post 139. And I want to wish everyone a happy Memorial Weekend. Thank you.
Thank you, George. Thank you for keeping it short. I appreciate that. We appreciate your pops, too. At this time, I'd like to thank Channel 52 for coming out. Gustavo, let's give a round for Channel 52 for coming out this morning. Thank you, Gustavo. Gracias. Just don't show it at midnight, huh? And next is the LA 32 Neighborhood Council President, Connie Castro, who I've had the privilege to work with this last, how long has it been now? 6-7 months around there? On the Neighborhood Council, and she appointed me to the Membership and Outreach Committee as a chairman. And as president, I'm telling you, she's very, very, very good for the community. And I'd like to give her a big round of applause. Connie Castro.
Thank you, Eddie. It was the best decision I ever made to make you the chair of the Outreach Committee. I'm honored to be speaking with you today on such an important occasion. We're here today to honor our fallen service members and to remember the sacrifices that they have made in honor of duty for this country, and to say thank you for those sacrifices. The service members we honor today came from all walks of life, but in my opinion, they share several fundamental qualities. They all possessed courage, pride, determination, selflessness, dedication to duty, and integrity. All the qualities needed to serve a cause larger than oneself. I'd like to read a poem by Mr. Ward Billings, and this is the following. They went to war, some gave their all, some are no more, some are on the wall. We owe our freedom to those that stood and faced long odds for the greater good. Their names are whispered in summer's first breeze, and their glory rustles in the trees' first new leaves. And so on this day, lest we ever forget, let us celebrate their memory yet. Thank you for answering the call to duty. You have made this country the most respected country in the world. Thank you.
Thank you, Connie. Next, we have Captain Nick Ferrari with the Los Angeles Fire Department Station number 47. Come on up, Cap. Thank you, sir.
Good morning, everyone. I'm not a veteran, but on behalf of the 3,200 sworn members of the fire department, we have many, many veterans at any given time. Anywhere from 8 to 25 of them are deployed somewhere throughout the world, fighting for our freedoms. And I think today is about giving thanks to the people who have given the ultimate sacrifice for our freedom. And on behalf of the fire department, we'd like to thank them for that. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Kevin. Thank you for keeping us safe this Memorial Weekend. Next, we're going to acknowledge the Los Angeles Police Department Hollenbeck Division. We have Officers Rodriguez and Peraza with us. Can you come up, please, for a second? Since our lovely Captain Anita Ortega could not make it.
Hello, everyone. I'd just like to say on behalf of Hollenbeck Division and the Los Angeles Police Department, thank you very much for the recognition. But just to make it real brief, I just want to say that make sure you keep all the fallen heroes in your hearts and minds and your prayers. Thank you very much.
Would you like to come up, say a few words? Come on. If not, I'm going to tell Captain Ortega on you.
Hi, good morning. I am also a 17-year veteran with the police department, not with the military, but I do have a brother and a husband in the military, and I do thank all of you veterans and those who are serving our country right now as we speak. Thank you to all, and be safe.
Thank you, Officer Peraza. Next, we have our Memorial Day message from Mark Overstreet, who's a U.S. Navy Vietnam veteran, American Legion Post 804. Come on out, Mark. Don't be shy. I know you're not shy. Thank you.
Well, I thank all of you for being here today and giving your time. Scott, I'm amazed at the training and the skills that today's military personnel have. I was in the Vietnam War, and I feel like you guys are just heads over heels of where we were at. It was like we were, I don't know, McHale's Navy or something. Memorial Day is a day of remembrance for those who have died in our nation's service. A day. But for most of us, hopefully we celebrate it once a year. But for the widows, the widowers, the fathers, the mothers, the brothers, the sisters, and the children of the fallen, the remembrance is every day. Every day. Unfortunately, many Americans have come to view Memorial Day as another day off, a 3-day weekend. And they don't give much thought to the nation's freedoms and those that secured those freedoms. I'm deeply concerned about the values that are propagating within our society. Are they the values that are beginning to drag us down or promoting us to even become a greater society? I've been an educator for 35 years. I see what's going on in the schools with our students, with their parents. I see too many young people that seem to lack the patriotic spirit. Not these young people. You know, it makes me proud to see a lot of these young people getting involved, doing things. I've also seen a disregard for saying the Pledge of Allegiance and to disrespect for those of us who do engage ourselves to recite that Pledge of Allegiance, be it at a baseball game or some other event. And I see people go on, they keep on talking, they're walking around. It's disrespectful. But my spirit was lifted last week when I saw a teacher taking her students to one of the local cemeteries. The students volunteered to put flags on the graves of our military personnel. I was also invited to teach a lesson on Memorial Day in one of the school's classrooms. And I told the students that my family was lucky. We all came home, 8 uncles, my father. One of my uncles, my uncle that raised me, came home with a Purple Heart. He had shrapnel in his chest. They did what they could at the time to take it out. But I remember when I was in elementary school, they went to the Veterans Hospital in Long Beach and they operated. And I told them, a little bit like Iron Man, and they could relate to that, except he didn't have that big machine in his chest, but they had to go in and take out some of the shrapnel that was by his heart because it was slowly going to that heart area. But we were lucky, we all came back. I reflect upon the brave men and women who gave their lives to preserve the freedoms that we enjoy. And Americans must, not need to, they must remember that freedom isn't free. It's there because people have given their lives, are willing to give their lives. All the things that I'm saying today, other people have said them, so I'm just echoing what some of you came up and said. But today is a day that we remember those that gave the ultimate sacrifice. They gave their lives. Some of us came back and we enjoy the freedoms that people sacrificed to get us. And it also makes me wonder that in today's society, are we doing enough to promote our society's history, its values, and the laws that govern our society? I question that. I question myself first. Voices of the dead are silent, and we need to hear them. Memorial Day is that time to listen and to remember. Because more than a politician, more than a reporter, our soldiers, sailors, airmen, they're the ones that preserved our freedoms. And that includes freedoms of choice not to say the Pledge of Allegiance. And I've told students that. As we celebrate with an extra day off from work, please allow some time to remember those that gave their all. And they gave it not only for us here in this country, but we have soldiers, airmen, Navy, all over the world, sacrificing their lives for other people's freedoms. I mean, we only think about ourselves sometimes, but they're doing it for other people as well.